Hey, FanCasters, welcome to another episode here on FanCast.
My thing with jerseys, and I know like Bombers, two colours, Richmond 2 colours, I reckon the best jerseys in the AFL are the ones with 3 colours. You got your Adelaides, when they can actually change a few things around. You got your St Kildas, you've got your Brisbanes, all those kind of jumpers. North Melbourne, blue and white. Like, I love the club. How many different designs can you do with a kangaroo blue and white on a jersey? There's no 3-tone. There's no
blue, white, and black or something.
Yeah, maybe, but they don't do it.
Yeah,
it's always the 3-tones that for me that do the best.
Yeah, my favorite, and they're not even the competition yet, is like the Tasmanian under-18 jumper, because it's like the red with the little yellow and the green. But they've had some alternative ones as well, and I think that's going to be an absolute beauty. Yeah, Freo's played around with theirs, and I'm not as big as fan of like the anchor and that, but they, as you said, that they've had some good jumpers over the time, and that because of that. Like, I don't mind like the traditional like Richmond, Collingwood, and Essendon, because it's bolded that they don't change it, But those clubs that do get a bit more creative with theirs, I think you've definitely got a point there with the 3 colour clubs.
You say
got more scope.
The Giants in their Clash jersey.
Like, that is
that Giants Clash jersey when that came out.
I know you wanted to buy it.
It's that dark grey colour. It's just like the perfect colour for a team. I mean, I wonder if that's just because they're the AFL's newest team, and they will be able to pick like the colours that actually matched. But yeah, it's perfect, man. The guy that designed that got his money that week.
I must admit, my favourite's the Port Adelaide one. I don't know why. I just like the black, white, and teal.
I like the old school one, the 1997. I do like that. I do like your one, the 2002 away one, where you got just the black cross there. And
it's a classic.
That's very nice.
I hate the yellow one, but the old school.
I loved the yellow one.
See, I hate it.
I loved that it was so polarizing and everyone hated it.
You say North Melbourne can't do much with theirs. I mean,
the big rule in the front.
Yeah, I love the 1996 one, the away one where you had the bouncing.
The problem is though, like, they look great, right? North Melbourne fan, I love the club. The jerseys look great. You just can't do much else with it. Like, how many times can you put it?
Bro.
How many times can you put like a kangaroo on the front? We got stuck like getting the orange jersey and a few other ones. We can go back and look at some of those photos. They were dreadful, but you can't really do that
anything
much.
with ours. Like, it's a sash.
Well, you technically could. Like, you'd be like Carlton, and they went the blue M&M one year, and that you could go bright red and go like you've tried that. You've got the red and the black sash or something like that.
You could do the opposite colours. You could be red shirt and then a black sash just to change things up.
Yeah, no, I don't want to copy Collingwood. I don't want to copy Carlton in anything whatsoever, mate. All right, so that is, I think, our best jersey talk. Speaking of best things, I think there's also a time, because we're getting towards the end of the year, where you also mentioned it in terms of all Australian selectors and really sucking at doing their job and filling it with midfielders. We're not going to talk midfielders today. We're talking defenders. All right, we're going to try and put together our top 6, who we reckon would be a back 6 for the All Australian side.
I like the idea of the 3 key defenders, the 3 smaller, medium-sized general, and then maybe one off the bench. And I know they like to flood the midfield. I guess if we start the key defenders, the obvious one is Darcy Moore.
Yeah.
Fantastic year at Collingwood. Do we all agree that he's just an absolute lock
he's in there
for the All
I think
Australian
him or Sicily are the first 2 to come to mind in my head.
Yeah, I think so.
For me, it's Sam Taylor. For me,
Sam Taylor's the one which is the dividing one, just because he's missed so much footy. Yeah. And I put him in, it's him versus Sicily, because Sicily's missed 4 games, Taylor 7. What's 3 games different? I would have Taylor ahead of Sicily.
Yeah.
I think just the way he's held that back line, like Sicily has as well, but they both actually probably had differences in wins and losses, but I feel like just somehow the way Sicily, they kind of free him up more and play him as that, like, I'm not saying he doesn't play on an offender, but I always think they try to free him up to be on that second forward or third forward, and that so he can be more damaging and he's intercepting, which he does a beautiful job. Where Sam Taylor a bit like Darcy Moore, can be taking the number one defender and still has the ability to intercept.
But in this back six, is he the one that's playing fullback? Are we
Yes.
picking the fullback?
Oh, he is my
Because it
fullback.
depends on the style.
Well,
you play
that's
with,
as
right?
well because that's where
Because if you want to intercept,
if I want to
intercept,
yeah, if I
defender,
want a genuine just
you get
fullback, do I just go Sicily or then I bring Harris Andrews into the
Exactly.
conversation there
Yeah.
too? And then how many interceptors do you actually have? Because I think Darcy Moore is probably still the number one interceptor there. So do I kind of want two interceptors and then a Sicily or an Andrews?
I feel like if you're going to have a back line and you want to have a key defender, this is someone who has to be able to stand on an island, mano a mano, and beat their number one key forward.
Which is why I'd pick Harris Andrews, because sometimes
Andrews,
I've just seen
fullback.
him. Yeah, the ball comes in, he can intercept, push a guy out of the way, do whatever he wants. Almost anyone in the AFL just can't take him on.
Sam Taylor is the best 1v1 defender in the comp. He loses 6.7% of one-on-ones.
Someone came prepared.
Where's the list? Did you note that or
Somebody's done
I've got it in
is
here.
that this year?
Yes, this year. In
Okay.
games this year, he's lost 6.7% of one-on-ones.
And I'm not a
That's
huge
decent.
fan of Sicily. Yeah, I think what
That
he's
is
doing
Sam
and
Taylor.
that. But Sam Taylor, yeah, like he was the one that after Moore, I had him. And I'm a big fan of Harris Andrews because, again, I don't want, I've always had a soft spot for him. I think he's a terrific one-on-one defender. And, yeah, you're more traditional fullback. So for me, it's probably Andrews more Sam Taylor. But I think the debate's Sam Taylor versus James Sicily for that third spot.
So you got
I've got more
Sicily.
at centre half back, Harris Andrews at fullback, and then you can argue Sam Taylor versus James Sicily. I've got Sam Taylor over
You
Sicily.
can
at the
play
moment.
one of them off the bench.
You could,
Yeah,
you
true.
technically.
Put one on the
I'd probably want more a general defender off there. I know this team doesn't verse anyone on that. Maybe we'll take it over to England and Ireland and just smash them up. Just a cheeky dig at our producer there. But yeah, that's the way I'm leaning.
Any other key defenders that
I would have.
you think are stiff to miss out on those three? Because we've got four there.
I think early season form I would have said Wilkie.
Yeah,
but I think
and it's not that it's dropped off. These guys have just
they've
elevated
just been
themselves.
better.
Yeah. The small ones get interesting because you could look at your Maynard types, your Vostons and stuff like that. If you want your more traditional one-on-one, or you got your rebounding defenders, and Tom Stewart's a bit of both, like takes the intercepts, but
Yeah,
also
for sure.
rebounds.
Tom
Or
Stewart.
you've got your more your possession getters, your Dohertys, your Sinclairs, who actually rebound
Yeah.
out of halfback. So I think if I'm building a team, I kind of want one. I kind of want that one lockdown out of Maynard, Voston type, and then there potentially others. If that, I probably want that one sort of hybrid Stewart, Ryan, Redmond type there, and then I want that one Doherty, Sinclair, whoever from to make the transition.
Yeah.
That's the way. And I said, we know
Harry
they don't
She's
do it
or one
like
of
that,
them then perhaps.
but it's that's my thinking.
Well, I was waiting
around
for
it.
the Nick Dacos
I
because
was gonna
he's
say,
going
you
in my
could-
back
well,
line.
and then this
Dacos.
and this is the thing. Where do you put Nick Dacos? I guess you put him off half back. So
Yeah.
does that take and that rules out maybe Sinclair or a Doherty or somebody like that gets pushed to the bench as that bench person because Dacos has got that halfback spot.
Dacos is playing midfield.
Yeah,
isn't
he is at the moment,
I
but
think-
at the start of the year he was
Yeah.
playing off the halfback.
Yeah, it's the start
You
of
could
the
name him anywhere, but
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
that's
The
at
Rock.
least the one where the All Australian selectors will be like, who's
do
a
we fit
who's a
someone
midfielder
else
that we
in?
can
We'll
put
put
out while
Dacos
Dacos
there.
can go to halfback.
And people will understand that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which that I can live with because he's played. It's like if somebody, and I'm not talking forwards and mids, but Petrarca was to be named in the forward line this year. I could live with that because at least he's spending actually
Yeah, a lot of
a
time
fair
now.
percentage
Yeah.
of time up forward.
Yeah.
Instead of like, okay, we're going to name Tuke Miller at full forward pocket. It's like, well, the guy hasn't seen the forward pocket since his first year kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
think you also missed Dan Houston's having a
Oh,
sensational
huge.
year as well.
Yeah.
and he was on my list. Yeah.
I'd put Dan Houston in my back six. He can defend and he's also got that rebound run off half
Yeah,
back.
he could be well.
And
yeah.
he doesn't even have to run. He can just kick the ball from the back line all the way to the forward 50. He's got one heck of a hoof.
You
It's
do know
ridiculous.
pretty well.
I know all of the great goal kickers after the siren
Yeah.
in intimate detail.
I'd have Houston over Sinclair in the position.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
fine as well. I've got no issue. Sinclair's the one that sort of comes to mind. I'll probably watch more just because obviously super coach and I'll probably see more Saints games than I do Port Adelaide games. But yeah, the games I've seen Houston, he's definitely dominated and looked awesome for them.
I think is much better in the back line than someone who should be getting a lot more attention than a guy like Alir. I don't know. I think Alir is a bit overrated personally. I just don't. I think too often he'll fly and try to intercept and try to kill the ball, but the ball will still get out the
He's
back
in a good
sometimes.
team too, so it covers up a few of those mistakes.
Oh, that's why
big
they're going for
gorilla.
the second tall.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
keep saying, "Hey, we need someone." Alir is great, but
He's not here.
Asava or anyone else.
Yeah,
Oh, they want BCT.
yeah. Either way, 'cause
You
they
guys,
just
you've been here teasing BCT every time you're on, and now
I
you got Port Adelaide second on the ladder. They're like, oh, we want BCT. We need him to help out Alir. Hey, we're moving up in the world here.
have a microphone when I'm talking to my wife about this conversation and that it's unreal. That
No,
I actually I defend Zerk at home.
Okay.
I'm a fan.
Good.
of that.
Good to know we haven't actually
Yeah.
locked down a back six.
Yeah, no,
after all
but,
that,
yeah, well, so for me,
really
it's probably
worked, boys.
I'm going Andrews more, Sam Taylor. Then I'm going to go Houston, Dacos. I kind of want one of those, not necessarily dominant like super coach players that we always look at. So I'm going to go Maynard just because I think he brings something different and he's been awesome this year. And then I'll put Tommy Stewart on the bench.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
guys, for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share, send it to all of your friends and family because I hope you had as much fun as we had fun. Right, Swiz?
100%. Always have fun here.
Beautiful. Jakey?
You know it.
Jazz?
Mate, I love talking some proper footy chat.
See you guys the next one. Bye.
So yeah.